Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching this video. Want to introduce you guys again, my neighbor. His name is Ryk. So he's the one driving the, was it 2013? 2011 air-cooled GS1200, GSA 1200. Myself, I'm driving the 2017 GSA 1200. So today we're going to be covering water crossings. So stay tuned for this video. Got some nice tips. Once again, out of my train of thought. Maybe you guys can relate to it, maybe not. So, and I also encourage anyone who's watching these videos, please comment on the section below and please explain to us what we can do differently. What would you like to see in videos? What of the water crossings maybe you're curious about that we didn't cover yet? So we're gonna try from our side to cover as much as we can. So I just brought Ryk as well, my neighbor, for standing by in case of emergencies and all that. It's always safe to drive with a buddy, especially when you're doing these kind of things. So it's always good to have a friend there that you can help, and you can help him, he can help you as well. So stay tuned for this video, and it's going to be fun. So number one, this is quite serious for your entry-level rider, for your novice rider. This is quite a serious battle. It's not a small one. It's not going to be, well, it might be an easy one. We haven't even explored it yet. So there's three sections in taking this one. You're going to take the easy route that's possibly covered with a lot of mud, a lot of slippery mud. You're going to end up sliding a lot, spinning a lot. Then you can take the alternative route, which is on this side. Looks a lot more, not as intimidating as the mud. So you can take section B. That is that we're going to explore now as well, or you're going to go like me. I'm going to go straight through this side. First of all, I want to see, is it doable or not? So what I'm going to do now, me and my neighbor here, we're going to be inspecting this and see, is it possible, is it not, which is going to be the easiest to go, which is going to be the more advanced. So you have to now ask at your current skill level, are you comfortable in doing A or B or C? Which one are we going to do? So stay tuned, we're going to do some preparations here, and then we'll go through the rest. We're going to explore option A quickly. We're going to go through my train of thought in why are we going to take this, why we're not going to take this, why is it advisable, why not. So just going to walk a bit this way. Going to do some inspections here. So currently where I'm walking in is one of the places where the cars has traveled before. I can clearly feel it with your intersections here that is a bit higher up. So as I can walk around here, I feel it's extremely slippery. So when, obviously now you must think, if I'm slipping like this, walking in my boots, how's the bike gonna feel with all that weight? And myself, I only weigh about 95 kilograms or such. So now you want to come through your bike here. You can choose how you want to approach this. And I'm going to tell you the do's and the don'ts. All right, so you can choose the logical route that, excuse me, it's quite slippery. So you can choose the route that you can take as clear ground as you can see, which at your level of skill, depending if you're a very novice rider, you're coming where you can see, which is all good, but what are you going to do when you reach this point? Are you going left? Are you going right? Judging by the slope, your motorcycle is already going to slide to the right. It's going to slide into this rut here. So once again, when you have momentum and you want to drive here and you slide into this, see what's happening. You're either going to fall that way or you're going to fall this way. So yeah, it's not advisable, definitely not advisable to drive on these sections here, on the middle sections. What you want to do when you cross this part of the thing, of the mud crossing, you want to keep in these ruts because it has been traveled before. Yeah, your wheels are being guided. So if you travel here, you're going to have a scenario here. Okay, it's closing down. What am I going to do? I actually want to go where both of my feet is comfortable, which is going to be it's going to be either here, that I can put my one foot here, the other foot here. But you see now the problem is now you can canter to the left because this side is a lot lower for when you need your secure footing. So what you want to do, if you want to take route A, is you want to choose the longest continuous rut that you can use. You take that one there, you go all the way, and you carry on straight on your way. You can try this one, this section here. It's a lot more dry. There's going to be a slippery mess, I can tell you now. With all of this, with all of this mud going on here, it's going to be a slippery story. Okay, then you're relieved because you're coming here. Then see that. That's a problem right there. So then you either go left or right and you carry on with your way. So you can potentially take this route as well. However, when your bike starts sledding here and you want to put your foot down, you're going to fall over this way. So you want to steer a lot more this way. If you want to take the really extreme easy route, go this way and then you exit your puddles that way. So that is the advice I can give to you on Route A that I see, if you decide on taking Route A. So I'm starting off with a section here that I identified I want to try. So once again, looking at this thing, there's no correct way. Once again, I'm going to what I think I feel is right, then I'm going to try. So far so good. It's a lot slippery. Alright, there we go, there we go. So this has been a good route so far. As you can see, my feet are extremely slippery. So now we're exploring route number B, which is in my opinion, which would be the preferred route that you actually should take. It's a lot less slippery slidey. I'm going to walk this one through you guys. So clearly that I can indicate, you have your high ground here, you have your low ground here, on the left side of a car tire, and you have your right side of a car tire. You can alternately take Route F, but Route F is going to be a mess. Don't even go. What the fuck is this? Yeah, no, you don't want to take Route F. Nah, bad idea. All right, so what we do in a situation where you can't see. If you're a person you don't like to get wet, don't do off-road. Simple, point blank. So if you don't want to do water crossings and you don't want to get wet, rather don't do it. But this is what we're here for, we're living. So as you can see that I'm walking here, I'm actually not just only talking, I'm feeling for any inconsistency under my feet, if it is drivable with a motorcycle or not. So here's the high ground, soggy, but yeah, I have grip again. So I'm walking around these two areas to see which one is the best, which one is the more advisable route to take of the two of section B. Currently what I feel already is section A is a lot better to go on the left of your motorcycle. Reason why is I haven't slipped once in this one here. I can clearly feel a lot of small rocks underneath, which is good traction that you want, and you're not going to slip down. And the bigger benefit about it is you have your high ground and your high ground, so you're not going to cross this one with speed. You're going to, basically we call it paddling. You're going to sit on your seat and you're going to paddle with your feet. If you're an entry rider, a novice rider, sorry. If you're not a novice rider, you're going to take it with a bit higher speed. You're going to possibly do it standing up if you want to challenge yourself. So that's all I can say about this one really. It's not that difficult. It's nothing really to watch out for. You have your slightly deeper sections, your slightly not so deeper sections. So in my personal opinion, if I was a novice rider, it's gonna be terrifying, but the best way to gain your skills is to tackle this one first. Whoop. The reason why is you're gonna end up choosing Route A because of your skill. You don't feel comfortable doing it like that. You're gonna end up sliding, slippering, falling. You're gonna overexhaust yourself so much that it's gonna be a hassle at the end of the day. But each one that you take, A, B or C, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it's going to be experience added on your personal life experience, which is great, which is the one that you want to aim for. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to explore option C. So once I've done C, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try each one. I'm going to try to cross each one so that you guys can see that the difficulty scenarios that I'm speaking of in action. So stay tuned. I'm going to do C now. Yeah. Ja, het kan werken. We gaan hierdie. Hy voel baie meer solid op je voeten, baie meer. Right, so I'm attempting now, just for clarity, section B on the left hand side. So as I walked it through just now, again, as you saw, that it feels a lot more secure in the grip. There we go. That was a walk in the park. Alright, so we're now at option C, which is going to be my personal favorite that I can already tell just by looking at it. I hope I don't fall, but you never know what's going to happen. So what we're going to do here, we're going to explore now. Section C here is based on two mud pools. We're going to assess each one separately. So we're going to start off obviously with the first one. So my apologies for the camera being a bit far. So once again, I'm going to assess the same as that I'm going to do section B. I'm going to check for rocks, check for sliding, check for mud. Once again, where I'm standing now, I'm in a rut. Left side is high ground, to the middle here there's high ground. This one is slightly more slippery than B, I must admit. But so far that I can feel not much different from B, apart from a bit more muddy, number one. However, just felt now, the right hand side of puddle number C, first section, it's a lot more solid ground underneath my feet, so it's not going to be as slippery. So whenever you're facing with a water crossing that you cannot see, it is always advisable, especially on these sized ones, to inspect, walk through it, discuss it with your buddy, because your buddy always have experience that you don't have, or he has, you don't have, you have, whatever. So basically the one helps the other. So the first section, I don't feel any problems. It's exactly the same as B, although B, that is the more preferred method, has actually a solid middle ground, solid side grounds that you can have your footing. This one, however, I felt it, I know it's there, but I don't see it, which is going to be a bit tricky. So what I definitely not want to do, I don't want to slip over this rock here, but I might end up going through here because I can see this rock. I might end up coming through here, might end up coming through here. It all depends what's going to happen there in the middle. Most likely I'm going to choose the right hand side because I felt a lot more secure when I was walking there. So now I'm going to do section B quickly. Need to move the camera, and then we're going to do some test runs. Alright, so I'm going to do section C, CB now, C2, whatever. The second section of the C route that I'm going to take. So now again, do I want to switch over when I reach the solid surface towards here or there? We don't know. Once again, we don't really see what's going on in here, so we want to check which is going to be the better route. So as I'm walking here, Okay, there's a deep puddle there. So everything so far that I feel is soft. Not much issues. The main thing we are feeling for is rocks. You don't potentially want to hit a rock and you want to displace your your front wheel, and you want to dip over. That's what you don't want to do. So as I am here now, I'm relatively quite deep. So if I walk over here, also immediately fell down, but here I can feel a lot more suction on my boots, which is definitely that you don't want to go for, because when you start getting stuck, you want to put your foot down. With all that weight, you're going to force your foot into the mud, it's going to suck, and yeah, you're going to get stuck. So what I'm doing now, I'm just walking it, feeling how it is. From my experience now, from what I feel, this side again, the left hand side is a lot better to do. And now I'm just going to check the right hand side again. How's it? Now, this side is definitely not friendly to walk in, but normally if you're struggling to walk there, the bike will also struggle to go through, might get stuck. So potentially what I'm going to try and do, so I'm going to start the right hand side of section C over here. I'm going to cross over to the left hand side, and I'm going to be safe off this pools. Then we're going to cover the next route as we go. So I'm going to do a test section now, a test ride of each section to show you guys the actual in action experience that I was talking about. Alright, so just going to do a final walk of my intended route that I'm going to take. As I mentioned, I'm comfortable with this because it's a lot more solid on the footing. I'm leaning slightly back with my weight so I can get the surprise of the front wheel. Yeah, I wanted to do the crossover. Gently, gently. That was fun. Alright, so I'm guessing he's going to take the same route as we've discussed now. There's a crossover. Steady she goes. Alright, so in this section of the video, I'm just going to do a small explanation as I ride, as I go, and see how it goes. So we've done the big pools, we've done them. So now it's just going to be generic talking and riding as we go along. Good? Alright. And off we go. Alright. So we are off, doing as many mud holes as I can, soggy tracks, soggy trails, getting that maximum experience with each small water crossing. It's also essential to, as you cover a lot more of these smaller sections, that with every small section that you cover, your bike does something different. Every time it does something different, that is experience that you've covered. So even there's no logical reason for me riding here that I can just, oh, that's a deep one. So there's no logical reason for me driving here. I want to do it for the experience of it. But one day I want to be able to enlarge this scene, going maybe doing riverbanks. And as such, with your combination of your small cobblestones, slippery rocks, mud, and sudden dips, as we've seen back there. Okay guys, so once again thank you so much for tuning in today for these basic experiences that we shared with you guys once again with water crossings. Always fun. So I hope you guys can get some value out of what we shared today, and please, like I always say, if you have any input for us that we haven't covered in this section of the video with water crossings as such, please comment below, comment your suggestions, give us your feedback. Any feedback that you help greatly improves us. So as you can see, this is also quite a serious puddle. We have done the due diligence. We have stepped through it on both sides. Both sides was quite comfortable, as you see now that my neighbor has successfully just passed through here quite epically, so it was good. So yeah, that is that guys. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for next week's video, and please, I look forward to your comments below. Thank you.